Number 5. A snail moves 1/50th of a mile in 5/6 of an hour. Now, don't get too scared of these fractions. They're actually not that bad. So let's talk about what this snail does. If he continues at this pace, how far in miles does he move in 1 hour? So let's look at what we know. We know he's gone 5/6 of an hour. We want to know what he gets in one complete hour. What he does in that 5/6 of an hour is 1/50th of a mile. So let's set this up on our chalkboard. We've got 1/50th of a mile in 5/6 of an hour. Now, we can realize something about this. An hour is 60 minutes long. Well, if we say this is 50 minutes out of 60 minutes, that's the same as saying 5/6 of an hour, isn't it? So really, all that's missing is 10 minutes. If we take that amount, 5 out of 6, or 50 out of 60, with 10 minutes missing, we can divide this amount by 5, and it gives us what he did in every 10 minutes. So, here's 1/50th of a mile divided by 5, and I'm going to say 5 over 1 just to keep our consistency with fractions. So again, if I'm dividing this amount by 5, I get what he did every 10 minutes because he's gone 50/60ths, or 10 minutes less than an hour. So that's important information. Now, since we're dividing fractions, we have to use what we call the reciprocal of our 5 over 1 and make it into a much easier to work with multiplication problem. So if I take the reciprocal of 5 over 1, I multiply 1 over 5. Now, that's a little bit easier. 1 times 1 gives us 1. 50 times 5 will give us 250. So this very slow snail went 1/250th an hour every 10 minutes. That's his speed per 10 minutes. Now, if we add that 10 minutes to our 50/60ths of an hour, or 50 minutes out of 60, if we add that 10 minutes, we get our full hour. So let's add 10 minutes, or 1/250th of a mile, to our 1/50th of a mile to get our full hour. So I'm going to separate this little bit here. Here's our first amount, 1/50th of a mile in 5/6 of an hour. We want that last 10 minutes to fulfill our hour, and in 10 minutes he did 1/250th of a mile. Now, since we're adding these together, we do need to have common denominators, and that common denominator is going to be 250, and I need to make this match that. So, to get 250 out of 50, I have to multiply this by 5. Now, if I do that, that's going to equal 5 over 250, because what I do here, I also have to do there. So I have 5 out of 250 plus 1 out of 250. That's going to give us a nice, easy 6 in the numerator with 250 in the denominator. Now we can reduce that. Let's get our answer a little bit smaller. We can divide both of these by 2, so 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. 250 divided by 2 gives us 125. And that is our nice, comfortable answer for how far our very slow snail will go in 1 hour. He will go 3/125ths of a mile.